Okay, so now it is January 5th of 2023. My 2 boxes of dates, and do you see what's going on here? As if I got a lot of room to do anything with, okay? But this is where you can't get discouraged, alright? So I guess this is just the same old regular video. Right, we'll just go with the flow. Okay. So, I can't take these jars downstairs until I get downstairs and actually start doing something. So, they're still sitting here on my counter, getting on my nerves. But besides that point, better to have the food and have my nerves being irritated than not having the food and having my nerves fried. Okay? In terms of that, oh my God, I got no food. What am I going to do? Right? I don't have to worry about that. I just have to worry about where I'm going to put the bloody shit. Okay? So for every problem, there's a solution. And for every solution, you create a problem. Okay? That's where that life just becomes an adventure. Okay? Right? When in doubt, just see it like that. Okay? Because sooner or later, you'll be crying to stay. And it will be too late. Right? Your time will be up, no matter what you do. So in the meantime, I gotta get motivated here. What happens is, well, obviously, the cloud, living in, I don't know, a shroud of fog, right, makes you tired. It does. And these drops, they're not helping. No. It's like medication I don't want. Now, sleeping too long when I do fall asleep. I don't like it. So, I will talk to my eye doctor about that. So, what is this? Oh, as if I can see. Okay, this is apple cider vinegar. Do you see this? Andre has a plantar's wart at the bottom of his foot. Okay? Every now and then, ever since he's been little, he gets them. Some people are more prone to them than others. I've had them once or twice in the past. Oftentimes you get them from swimming pools and places like that where, you know, on the tiles with the moisture, in the shower rooms and just in the changing room in general, people walking around with bare feet because it's a virus, right? So, I don't know. I don't know if it lives in the body and it goes dormant like a herpes virus, because nobody else seems to get them except Andre, which makes me think it's something within him to be more prone to, because he's 12 now. He had one wart on his knee one time. And this was when he was little, right? The doctor burned it off with the dry ice. I think he's had underneath his foot once or twice in the 12 years, right? Or since I've had him. He never got them when he was a baby. He got them after I got him back from foster care. That's when he developed them. And where he gets them from, I don't know, because nobody else gets them. Which makes me think he just might be more susceptible to it. Anyway, long story short, we're going to try a home remedy first to see if we can kill it, right? And what you do is you take a cotton swab, you moistened it with the apple cider vinegar. This is a new bottle. It hasn't even been opened yet, so it's nice and fresh. And you dab the plantar's wart. I don't know if it works on other warts, but this is what you do for a plantar's wart anyway. There's other methods, but I'm going to try this one first. And you take some gray tape and you tape over the plantar wart to smother it so it can't breathe. That's how you begin to kill it. You smother it. And this is an antibiotic, like an antibacterial. that will help to kill the actual virus itself. So it's a double remedy. One, you're smothering it with the gray tape, and two, you're actually killing off the actual virus to the point where eventually it dies, it turns black, and you scrape it off. That's what you're supposed to do. And you can leave the cotton swab under the gray tape to help just, get it going, right? So that's what we're going to do. So that's a little home remedy to put in your hippocampus if you don't know this already. And when you go to sleep, your hippocampus will take care of it and put it into your long-term memory. And if the shit should hit the fan, well, there's a home remedy. I'll let you know whether it works or not, right? Because if it doesn't work, then eventually we're going to wander off to the doctor's office, right? But I'm going to have to go get an eye referral pretty soon. And that can only come from my family doctor or an eye clinic. So I don't even know how that's going to work for me. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. So basically, what happened was, remember I was talking about those Sultana raisins and how the price jumped up from $90 to 100 and what was it, $27 to $127. Well, the reason that is because the ones for $90 were not organic. The ones that were for $127, which I have in a box now, because that's what I ordered the second time around, not realizing that they were organic, whereas I was thinking maybe the company just raised the price to compensate for their Boxing Day sale, but that's not what happened. What happened was, initially I ordered regular raisins at a lower price, and then when I went to go reorder, I ended up ordering organic, and that's why it was more expensive. And when I took it to the company and said, oh my God, you guys are running a sham here, right? Blah, blah, blah. They said, well, no, that's not true, because your first order was regular raisins versus organic. And I'm like, oh, okay, my apologies, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to clear that up. So they have, what is it, sunflower oil or something on them? I don't know how well they'll dehydrate, but I'm definitely going to try and dehydrate at least half a box, if not the whole box, and put them away in long-term food storage, because I already have the regular raisins not dehydrated, right? I'm just saying, you have the here and now food, you have your long-term storage, and then you have your long-term storage. These ones here that are organic, assuming that they dehydrate okay, with the sunflower seed oil on it. Sunflower oil. I think it's sunflower oil. Anyway, we'll just see how it dehydrates. And then 2 boxes of dates, which is making me roll my eyes, because dates take a long, oh my God, a long time to dehydrate. That was from my jar that was under my cupboard for eons. Now I'm debating whether I want to grind it up or keep it in chunks, because when you're going to go cook it, if you're making like a date square or something, right? You want little bigger pieces in there, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Versus completely ground up, right? Depending on what you're making, right? So I've got some of the newer dates in the dehydrator almost done to go. As a matter of fact, I turned off the dehydrator last night, so they're nice and cool. So there's only like 5 trays, so I'm going to bring them out, put them in the bowl, go through them, because some of them are still not completely dehydrated in terms of those little pieces. And then I'm just going to mix them in with this to freshen it up just a bit. Not that it needs freshening up, but... And then I'm going to put them in a jar, And I'll keep these ones upstairs. Yeah, you can hear it. Starts to dry out. These are still a little chewy, but they're good. Oh my god, it's so good. And these are old. And they weren't dehydrated, they were just in a jar that was never opened. Okay? Just remember, don't ever put an oxygen absorber in there, because that's how you're going to introduce botulism into your jar. And really, the only reason you're dehydrating it is to, one, lock in any nutrients, but more than anything is just to prevent mold. That's all. Oh my god. Okay. I'm losing steam on this, people. In terms of general food prep. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done, and I'm so looking forward to it. My landlady's son, her younger son, she has 2 sons, I think. 2, maybe 3. And she has a daughter, too. I can't remember. I know I've met 2 sons for sure. Anyway, her younger son is going to come in the springtime and help me with that vinyl. Every time I see him, I say, "You're coming, right? We just work fast, right?" He goes, "Yeah. Just waiting for the weather to warm up." He told me, he says, "I know you care in the terms of the yard, right? Like, you know, so, because I just, you know, right?" I said, "Between him and I, we'll work fast and it'll be done." So, I need to have my time for that. So I gotta get this, I have to get this stuff done. Plus, I want to start cooking with it. But as soon as these jars goes down, you know I'm going to be bringing up that fish and canning the fish, and we still have that turkey and whatever. And I mean, I don't think it will ever stop for me in here to some degree or another, but I'm slowly but surely getting towards, you know, running a different kind of kitchen, right? So I guess I'll be back. See, I don't really have much to say. I don't want to stand here and bitch on about Uncle John and what happened to Shemay and, you know, and think about what happened to Sierra and just so on and so on. Although it's so easy for me to fall into that default, you know. Especially if I'm on a topic that, you know, is somewhat related in terms of that manufactured poverty and what comes out of it and, you know, that kind of stuff. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay, so before I get too far with things in here, you know, seriously, people, like, I'm trying to have a good day here, okay? I don't even know what time it is. It's like 7:45 in the morning. I've been up since like 5:30 this morning, okay? Now, the video that I just put up, obviously I was tickling Amari, right? You know, because he wants my attention, I told you that. And he's talking, he's trying to talk. Clearly you can hear that, right? And when I did that video with Amari falling off the couch, well, he didn't fall off the couch. He slid himself purposely, with intent, off the couch. Because he can't get up and move his body like us. So he has to, you know, shimmy, right? He has to slide and, you know, he has to do it a different way. So anyway, I did that little video, right? And YouTube put no comments on it. Why? I don't know, people. Like, I really don't. Okay, why they're doing this? Is it because of Julian's sister stalking me? Because really, that's the only one that stalks me with her friends. Okay, other than that, you know, some lone wolf sitting up in freaking Idaho, you know, if that's even viable in terms of a stalker, a YouTube stalker, like, is highly unlikely. Okay, so whatever, you know, what can you do? Clearly, YouTube is still fucking with my channel. That's the way I see it, people, because you know, as far as I'm concerned, these little videos with Amari is positive videos, right? I am myself, as a caregiver to Amari, trying to remain positive, okay? YouTube is trying to make it like it's a dirty fucking secret here or something by removing comments, by not allowing people to comment. Because first of all, anyone that's going to comment, their comments have to be pre-approved by me before they're even posted. Unless, of course, YouTube goes into my comment section and starts censoring out my comments. And even if I approve it, it still won't go up under the video. Okay? Like, that's just bullcrap. But, you know, it's that manufactured poverty, you know your place, bitch, right? Just whatever, right? You know, be prepared to have, you know, the rug pulled out from underneath your feet because we're in control. And if we don't like you, you know, you're going to feel our wrath. And basically, I've been feeling YouTube's wrath since 2009, right? Is that why maybe they're doing what they're doing? Because I'm reminding YouTube staff that they should go on that Twitter list and be fucking fired by Elon Musk once Elon Musk takes over Google. Because a lot of them are sitting there with a bad attitude, getting paid to be destroyers, in my opinion. Okay? Because for all this shit that goes between Chase Allen, Raw Squad, and anybody else that's squawk, 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 and talking about this kid and talking about that kid and doing whatever and being misleading with their adult children, talking on like they're little toddlers when in fact they're adult children or whatever, you know. And YouTube just keeps on cashing in on those super stickers. You know? You don't see no comments allowed under their videos after it's all said and done. I put up a 4-minute video with Amari giggling and laughing because he wants me to tickle him and play with him so that, you know, right? Because otherwise, what else am I doing, people? I'm moving around cleaning shit. If I'm not washing dishes, I'm doing this. If I'm not doing that, I'm doing laundry. If I'm not doing that, I'm fucking washing dishes again. If I'm not doing that, I'm doing this. I'm washing the floor. I'm washing the bathroom. I'm picking up this. I'm sweeping that. I'm canning this. Boxing up that. Jarring up this. Like, you know, that's how freaking rigmarole grind, right? And for anyone that thinks that looking after a disabled child that can't freaking basically move and do anything for themselves, they're in fantasy land. You know, Amari drools. Oh, I know. I could put him on medicine and dry out his mouth to make it convenient for myself. But like I said in my other videos and in the past, Uncle John drooled from the moment I met him right up until the time he was medically kidnapped, and I was always going around cleaning up after John. Okay, so, you know, Amari's healthy, he's happy, right? What? YouTube staff, are you going to make this a no comment video because you hear Amari making noises in the background? It's okay for him to make noises in the background, but it's not okay for me to tickle him and call him a little smelly belly and just play, right, to get him laughing and talking and giggling and making his sounds. All of a sudden that becomes a fucking threat. How does that become a threat, people? I'd like to know. You know, I'm trying to for my YouTube friends, you know, to reassure them that everything is okay, right? That we're happy to some degree, no matter what's going on in the freaking economy or in the world or with other ethnic groups or other people or other things. You know, we have a sense of happiness in the house, and I nurture it. And I wanted to share that happiness with my friends. But for whatever reason, YouTube sees it as a freaking threat and wants to make it into a dirty secret where people whisper about it. Because they're not allowed to make a comment on the channel. Or on that video, I should say. They've done that 2 times in a row. 2 times. So as my grandson gets older, what, am I not allowed to do videos about my grandson and his progress or how he's doing? Why? Is it too painful to see that he's not as viable as a normal human being? That's not his fault. You see, that's the thing. That's not his fault, people. He didn't injure himself. He was injured by a doctor. Point blank, period. Okay? As you got the government with their bought-off judges trying to cover it up and making it impossible for people like me to be able to go get a lawyer to fight for Amari's rights. So what, is YouTube plotting and scheming how to take Amari away from me by keeping us tucked away like a dirty secret? Because that's kind of how I'm seeing it. They're not protecting children. No. If you want to go protect children, go protect Latrice Allen's kids from Raw Squad. Right? But no. Raw Squad brings in the super stickers. Just like Latrice Allen brings in the super stickers. Right? Make you stupid. Completely stupid. I'm not even trying to make money here, people. I don't do this for fucking money. Okay, I gave up trying a long time ago. I told you all about the nonprofit and how it works in the real world. If you're a quote-unquote nobody. Right? I'm just trying to live my last few days being as happy where I can find happiness and tickling my grandson. And him laughing and coming out with new sounds and actually trying to communicate and talk with me. Even though it doesn't sound like it to you because you can't understand his language. I can hear it. And YouTube doesn't want people coming in like Tammy saying, oh yeah, that's definitely a milestone. I heard him say, I love you. And then go, What? Is it a crime of the century for a little boy to love his nana? Is that it? Or does it have to be a specific kind of nana? Like, YouTube is a fucking sickness. Seriously, it's a fucking sickness. I'm fucking sick of YouTube. Big waste of time. For the most part. Yeah. For what it was worth, what the hell did it get me? Labeled as a dirty secret for YouTube to fuck over time again. Abuse and use. Slap around. Put them on lockdown. Make it so they can't talk. Yeah, I bet that's what you would like, wouldn't it? You'd rather my grandson not say anything than to say something. Clearly. Clearly. He can't even be happy. Nope. Can't even fucking be happy. And when he gets happy, he gets silenced. Yeah. And I get slapped around like a bitch. For showing other people that no matter what, there's still happiness in this house. Yeah. You don't know what it's like looking after a disabled child, having to change diapers all day long. Change this, change that, wash this, wash that, move that, just whatever. This is not a living doll. Although YouTube would like it to be. YouTube staff, that is. Anyway, I'm going to end this video. I'm not going to pick up with this shit, okay? I got a lot of fucking shit to do. And, like, just, you know, I thought, well, why did they put no comments on the last video? Because it was Tammy who informed me that there was no comments allowed when he was sliding down the couch. And I'm like, I don't know. I still can't figure it out, people. Right? I guess we weren't talking about child molestation. I guess we weren't talking about, I don't know, all that other shit those other people talk about that just keep on talking about the same old shit over and over and over and over again and cash in on those stupid super stickers. Right? Like, some of that shit's just real down and out plain freaking lewd. Okay? In terms of what I'm hearing. and it's like a trigger, you know, it's like a stepping on the gas, eh? You know, everything's, but if you want to get that, just step on the gas and start talking about this, that, over and over and over. It just gets my goat, man. That's why I just cut to the chase and offered Shelly 3 boxes of food. 2 to 3 boxes of food, depending on the cost of the food. She still may change what she wants in terms of the quote-unquote order, right? Because I'm not going to try and jam it down her throat in terms of, no, you got to take the mung beans, you have to take the whole oats, and you most definitely have to take the cornmeal. Be grateful for what I give you. Take what I give you, or it's all or nothing. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying keep it between 150 and 175 if you want to change something. I don't care, because you're the one that has to eat it. I'm just cutting to the chase, people. There is no quote-unquote non-profit with federal trademark names that's going to make a difference in the world, especially on YouTube, because that's not what YouTube promotes. No. But yeah, why did they make no comments? Because Amari was on the floor playing with a book? Communicating with me? Where was the problem with that? Huh? Where, people? I'm his guardian. I make those decisions for Amari in terms of if I want him up on YouTube. He's not my dirty secret. He might be the government's dirty secret. He's most definitely the Sir Memorial's Hospital's dirty secret with their dirty doctors. But he's not my dirty secret. I'm proud of my grandson, and I shouldn't have to hide him away like a dirty secret. And then when I don't, have YouTube come in and do that to me and my family, including my grandson, because they don't want us to be happy. Yeah, so why the fuck would I want to come back in here with my bean pot later on down the line and make some nice beans with whatever, be that YouTube bitch, whatever, for them to continue to mistreat my family and isolate my grandson to some, I don't know what. It pisses me off. It's okay. I let that one slide. Today, I don't want to be in here anymore, people. I'm done with this food fucking prep. I'm serious. But I have to finish it. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I ordered those buckets and shit. And I'm now passing it on to somebody else. Whatever's been going on in this house for 12 years can go to somebody else's house now in terms of the amount of food. Because if you go into my videos, all you're going to see is food, and more fucking food. That's it. I have never dealt with so much food in all my life as I have in the last 10 years since living in this house. So, some of that karma can go to the States. Yeah. In a good way. You know? So that's, passing on just a few boxes just to get her going on whatever it is that she's got going on in her house. Maybe if those 3 boxes come in, she'll get addicted to it in terms of, well, I want 3 more. And she'll partner up with somebody to order. If she can't order by herself, she can partner up with somebody and they can order and share it between themselves. Do what works, right? But I just want whoever that's important that watches these videos, that's to those that are important to my family, not those that are unimportant, but to those that are important to my family. Seriously, I had no ill intentions of exploiting my grandson this morning when I was tickling him, calling him a smelly belly, because after a while, with the diapers and this and that, and you gotta have that heart of steel, people, to say, okay, well, I understand that diapers can get smelly and, it can leak out and get onto the pants and then it leaks out onto the blanket and you gotta wash, you grab everything up and wash and, or he's drinking his bottle and he's dribbling it down down here, or he's going like this, or just whatever. Whatever. Most people don't have the stamina to keep up with it, never mind for 5 years straight. And then to have to acknowledge the fact that you're going to go right to the very bitter end until you can't do it no more. So what you going to do, cry on about it, get mad, or are you going to tickle the little guy and tell him that you love him no matter what? Because he is what he is and you love him. It's not his fault. And clearly he likes the attention. And he knows what I love you means because he said it back to me. And then he got, uh-huh. But of course nobody can comment on that because that's too good. That's too real. That shows progress. That in itself is motivating for other people to not give up on their own family members, no matter how injured they are. Especially in this day and age with so many people getting injured. Because of what our governments are doing to us. And then expecting us to do, as in, let's go to the food bank and sign up to kill ourselves. Just so that the government doesn't have to be responsible for nothing. Yeah. As we continue to stalk vulnerable families, whether online or offline. Yeah. Oh. Remember this? This is the no-name ghee. When I use that no-name butter, my son, I gave it to him. I guess he never decided to use it because it was up by the Auntie Shemai's room. It hasn't even been opened yet, you can tell. Right? This is perfectly fine. Shelf stable. Has never been opened. That's why you want to get into a little bit of ghee if you can. Right. So yeah, like, YouTube's a fucking joke, man. It's such a depressing site. I don't understand it. I don't fucking understand it. What, they didn't like the word smelly belly? Yeah, okay. Well, you know, it's one thing having an infant in a diaper. It's another thing when you have a 5-year-old in a diaper. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like when he's a teenager and a man. Okay? And if you think it's going to smell like fucking roses all the time, you got another thing coming. So you might as well get prepared for it and have a positive attitude and deal with it in a good way versus in a bad way. I'm just saying. But that's too real for YouTube staff. Yeah. Too fucking real.